Hello everyone, Tom with Capo Fetish. Welcome back. Today on the channel we're going to talk about songs that slipped through the censors. Songs that were played on radio, still are today, featuring very controversial subject matter like sexual deviancy, profanity, racism, whatever else you want to throw into the bag. These songs feature that, but somehow the censors overlooked it or didn't understand what the lyrics contained. So I'm going to start off with a song that to this day always blows my mind, that this song sat with the likes of the Partridge Family or the Carpenters, sat in the same chart space as those bands back in the early 70s. I'm talking about a song that reached number 16 on the charts, came out November 24th, 1972. Of course, Lou Reed's Walk on the Wild Side, a song about a lot of the characters from the factory, the Warhol factory, a lot of those eccentrics, of course, featuring those lyrics. You know, she never lost her head, even when she was given head. Still played on the radio today. Hard to believe that it was played on AM radio. No one even gave it a second thought. But that is just one example here we're featuring today. This is off the Transformer album. Prior to this album, I mean, the Velvet Underground talked about these debauchery, these themes over and over, from the VU album to the Banana album to the VU album to White Light, White Heat. So for a song like this to get on the radio in AM is just unbelievable back in 1972. Still mind-blowing today. Another one, I used to work at this shit job back in 1984 while I was going to college. We had Kiss FM on all day long. You remember Rick Dees, Disco Duck, that guy. So during the height of this particular film and this album, Purple Rain by Prince, though this song is not on Purple Rain, it was the flip side of the Let's Go Crazy single. The song I'm talking about is Erotic City. This song, miraculously, was played on the radio for several months, almost on the hour on Kiss FM while I was working at this particular job. And it blew my mind that a song like this could be played on FM radio just without any care. Of course, you have it's not even, there's no innuendo included in the song. It's just straight out, we can fuck until the dawn, making love till cherry's gone, right? Sheila E. contests this particular comment. She said it was, we can funk until the dawn. But come on, who's buying that, really? So you got Prince on all the instruments, but you have Sheila E. trading off vocal parts with Prince. Prince doing his best helium-voiced vocal, obviously tweaked in the studio, but he's playing those classic Prince drums, those mechanical-sounding drums, and all the other instruments. So yeah, a song that was played nonstop for a few months there while this movie was out. I mean, I think they couldn't deny his celebrity, his status at this point, and they just said, screw it, we're going to play it. So yeah, Erotic City is another one. I don't think it's still played today. Living in this PC world now that we live in, this song would not even have a chance on the radio at this point. So Erotic City from 1984, the flip side of Let's Go Crazy from Prince, is another example. Another example from 1975, a number 3 hit on the charts. A lot of people maybe missed this the first time out, but we're talking about the Jefferson Starship song, Miracles. I believe it was originally on Red Octopus. I had that album at one time. It was too scratched. I had to purge it either through the Goodwill or maybe I just gave it to somebody. But this is their gold album, which features all their hits. So if you go online and you look at the lyrics to Miracles, there is a lot of lyrics in there. But right in the middle of the song, maybe a middle or a quarter way through, Marty Balin gets a little need for getting very, should we say, sexually provocative. As he says, this is what he says, Marty Balin, he goes, I had a taste of the real world, just a drop of it when I went down on you. But somehow the censors missed it. It was just a little line in there, and it's so mixed so low that you could barely hear it. And there's so much vocals going on in this track, with the backup vocals, and you got Grace singing in the background, that it's probably overlooked to this day. But yeah, that's another example of another uncensored track here from Jefferson Starship, Miracles from 75, a number 3 track. Back in the 70s, if you lived in Southern California in the 1970s, late 60s, 70s, even into the early 80s, No one can deny the impact the Mighty Met 94.7 KMET had on listeners. It was more of a free-form FM radio station, unlike the FM stations today that play the same 100 songs over and over and over. You never knew what they were going to play on KMET. You had all these stone DJs like Mary Turner the Burner. You had Cynthia Fox. You had, who is the guy that just recently died? Oh, God, what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue, folks. What is his name? Jim Ladd. Jim Ladd. So these DJs would just free-form, play whatever they wanted all day long. And I remember, listening to this station quite a bit, and they had a thing for just playing whatever they wanted. And I remember hearing Star Star by the Stones on this station, uncut, quite often. Of course, this is the last track off of Goat's Head Soup from the Stones from 73. And, it was originally going to be called Starfucker, but the Atlantic told them to change the title, so they changed it to Star Star. But the whole chorus is star, fuck a star, fuck a star, fuck a star, fuck a star, right? And then the other lines, there's a lot of other provocative lines in the song as well, like giving head to Steve McQueen and all that kind of thing. But always blew me away when I first heard this song on the radio. I was like, oh my God, they could play that on FM radio? Wow, that's pretty wild. So not a hit, obviously, not even a single, but often played on the Mighty Met back in the day, in the late 70s, mid-late 70s, early 80s. Star Star from the Rolling Stones, from Goat's Head Soup. And of course, we have to mention this song. The song came out in 1963. This is pretty much the beginning of garage rock. I'm talking about Louie Louie from the Kingsmen. I don't have the original single or the album, but it's off of this beautiful set here from Rhino. This is the Nuggets from Nuggets. This is the best of Nuggets from the box set. We have a really nice remastered version here. It's track number, Track number 19 here with a bunch of just amazing garage rock classics. So along with along with Louie Louie being investigated by the FBI because they assumed that there was some kind of hidden message in the lyrics, or because of the low vocal mix, they didn't know what was going on in the lyrics. But I think one of the greatest things about it is that it was recorded with 3 mics. This is truly like a garage rock recording. 3 mics. I think it cost, what did it cost? Like between $36 and $50 to record this track back in March or April of 63. And then halfway through the song, drummer Lynn Eastman either drops his stick or he misses a beat and goes, fuck! And you can hear it. You can hear it on the recording way in the background, but it just sounds like he's yelling. But yeah, it's profanity at its best. 1963, a big F word there thrown in the middle of Louie Louie from the Kingsmen from 1963, a huge hit, a number 2 hit on the charts. It stayed on the charts for quite a few weeks. So that's another example. Another one too, a number 15 hit, one of the greatest funk classics of all time, James Brown's Sex Machine, along with throwing out, one-liners like Shake Your Money Maker. Right in the middle of the song, he throws out this line, Taste Vienna. Taste Vienna. Of course, no one knew what that meant, but the Censors didn't know, and they let it play. And the single got up to 15, and it's one of James Brown's best funk workouts. And just thought I'd throw that into the list as well. Taste Vienna, James Brown, Sex Machine, 1970. Whoops. Okay, next, Steve Miller Band. This guy was all over the radio in the mid-70s, late 70s, mid-70s, throughout the 80s. The song Jet Airliner has just a straight out line. I don't want to get caught up in any of that funky shit going down in the city. To this day, I don't think they've even cut that line out, but that was an obvious word back in the day when you heard it live on radio. Funky shit going down in the city. Jet Airliner from the Book of Dreams album from 77 from the Steve Miller Band. Another one is X, their song Los Angeles. It's got a lot of airplay on K-Rock. This is back in the day when K-Rock would play just about anything with any, controversial lyric or profanity or anything. They can get away with it for some reason. I don't know, because it was an alternative station. Not a lot of people were listening like KMET or KLOS. But within the first 30 seconds of the song, They're talking about a girl who's pretty much become like a homophobic racist in the first 20 seconds of the song, and she has to get out of LA, and a lot of slurs thrown out in the first 20 seconds of that song. I can't believe that it was played on the radio so much back in the 1980s, the early 80s. This song came out today, wouldn't have a chance, but back then anything could be played. You know, it's about freedom of expression, folks, but it was never censored. So another great one, Los Angeles from X. I'm not condoning the lyrics. They're just telling a story about a girl from LA who couldn't handle it anymore, and she became a racist. So that's the way it is on this particular track, and it never got censored. Another one is similar to that is Oliver's Army from Elvis Costello from the Armed Forces album, a #2 hit in the UK. It got substantial airplay here on K-Rock FM in the late 70s. This album came out in 79. Of course, probably in the middle of the song. It's really melodic, by the way. This is one of Elvis Costello's greatest compositions, I think. Just melody, arrangement, the keyboard work, everything about it. But in the middle of the tune, he throws off the N-word. And that, again, was overlooked. Played all over the radio. UK, #2. US. But according to this Elvis Costello story I read online the other day, he is not playing the song anymore live because of the controversy. So that's another one that slipped by the censors in 1979. And then another one from 79, from the Get the Knack album. My Sharona was played continually over the summer of 79, over and over, but this album got substantial airplay. The song called She's So Selfish was played almost nonstop on FM radio with just blatant sexual references in the lyrics. Fucking me today. And then he says, what else does he say? He says, she's a rich little girl, a rich little bitch, or something like that. And she don't give a shit about anyone else but herself, or something like that. But yeah, this is another one that slipped by the censors, and I never hear it today, ever. I don't hear it on satellite radio. I don't hear it on regular radio. But back in the day, at the height of this album, She's So Selfish was played nonstop. So there you go. There are some songs there for you that slip by the censors. If you have any more to throw into the mix, put those in the comments section. As always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.